Hey guys, it's Sarah and this is my week 85 update. So let me say before I jump into the numbers really quick, I'm sorry that I've been gone off and on. You know, I was super annoyed always in the beginning when people would do that, and then people would say it was life, they've been busy. Life has been busy, a lot of things have been going on, but that's no excuse for me not making updates. And to be completely honest, I have made several. I actually made one last night also in addition to as well. And I didn't break it up into two parts, meaning I didn't talk about VSG and something else I was going to talk about. I kind of just ran it all into one. And I just kept thinking this morning, I probably should do the first half VSG and then tell anybody if they want to be gone, if they don't want to hear the other things I have to say, they should leave, because not everybody may be interested in the other stuff I'm going to talk about. So, things have just been super busy here, a lot going on. I am making a video from the car, but I'm not moving, so go team. So let me jump into the numbers. I started my VSG journey on April the 26th, 2012. At that time, I weighed in at 357 pounds. I did not weigh this morning. What day did I weigh? I don't know. The last day that I weighed, well, the last time I came to you, which was a couple weeks ago, I think, I was 181 or 182. I think I was 182. But this week when I weighed, I was back down to 176. So I'm back down in the 170s. I'm feeling really good about that. You know, I'm not in maintenance, and I refuse to believe that I will never get into the 160s, but my body likes 180. It just likes it. I hover around that number a lot. So this week when I weighed 176, it was kind of a shocker. Yeah. This past weekend was supposed to be my half marathon. We had crappy weather, and so Memphis is about 3 hours from us. And it was for the St. Jude we were doing the St. Jude Marathon. We were doing the half. And we decided to wait till Friday because we hadn't decided what we were going to do. The run was Saturday morning at 8. And we decided Friday about 10 o'clock to make the choice not to go because the weather was bad. The roads were slick. We had a lot of ice and sleet and things like that. And then Friday night about 7 o'clock, they decided to cancel the race. So they actually didn't have the marathon. I still raised over $500 for St. Jude, so I feel really good about that. You know, they get that money. This is not something that they will reschedule because it is such a huge fundraiser for St. Jude. And this is something they work towards all year. I mean, we've been registered for this marathon for about 8 or 9 months. So it was kind of a sad weekend. Kind of disappointing. You know, when you train and work that hard for something, it's disappointing when it doesn't work out. But, you know, it is what it is. And there will be other half marathons. Who knows, maybe next year that'll be something that I'll be able to do. So we'll see. I am freezing. It is freezing here. And I was smaller last year and I was cold, but I'm even small. Last year, this time, I was still in the 200s. I was still like 230, 240. I think. 220s. I don't know how much I weighed this time last year. I really don't. Probably 220s. 230s, 220s. And I don't think that I look that different and then I keep going back at pictures and I'm like, gosh, I've changed so much just since last year this time. Because this time, the year before, I mean, last year I felt like I wasn't going to change that much more. And then I've changed ridiculously, another ridiculous amount. And I am constantly freezing, bad freezing. It is so cold, so cold. I don't know how skinny people do it. It is cold. It's cold and my badunkadunk hurts constantly. 'Tis the life of a WLSF. WLSF, what's that? 'Tis the life of a weight loss surgery patient, I guess. I don't know. I am also addicted to coffee. Awesome. So, What else? There's so many things I want to talk about. I don't even know where to start. So, I guess that's pretty much it for the weight loss surgery, the weight loss portion of this video. The other stuff I'm going to talk about is going to be fertility. If you want to stick around for that, go for it. If you don't, see you later. So, where are we? I cannot remember what I have and have not talked about on here. Most of you all know at this point, if you've been following my journey, that this whole entire journey got started based around fertility. At 350 pounds, we were trying to get pregnant. Wasn't going anywhere. We struggled for about 2.5, 3 years. I think that's about right. 2 years. And the nurse practitioner I was seeing, she suggested weight loss surgery. I was not interested. I'd been down that road before and had backed out of it. I mean, I never got that far, but I had been to several seminars. You know, when she brought it up, I was more open because she, you know, I don't know. It's just, I sort of made a video about this once before, but then I never followed through with it. I was more open because, you know, she never treated me like a fat person. She always treated me like a person who had a problem with fertility. And so when she brought up weight loss surgery, I did not shun it completely because it was heartfelt, it was sincere, it was from a place of nothing else is working, let's try this. And I was open for it. And looking back, I'm very blessed and very thankful that this was the route that I chose. And, you know, I know for sure I wouldn't be where I am right now without it. So, even though I'm not in maintenance at all, I am now 34. I had a birthday last month. So, my husband and I sort of made the decision. Basically, I said, I'm ready to go ahead and try to have a baby. So, the last 2 months, we have not taken any precautions to prevent pregnancy. The first month, I will say this, the timing was really off, and so I really did not think we would be pregnant. This past month, we actually tried really hard to get pregnant, which sounds weird to say, but with no success. Found that out this weekend, and I will tell you that those feelings, even though they've been semi-suppressed for almost 2 years, came back hardcore. A lot of anger, a lot of venting, a lot of sadness, a lot of crying, a lot of pouting, a lot of feeling sorry for myself. I don't like that person that I become, and this weekend it made me question whether or not I was really ready to handle this journey again of fertility. I think in the back of my mind, I have just thought, because I see it all the time on Facebook and weight loss surgery blogs, that people that lose tremendous amounts of weight, or even like 30 pounds, they just get pregnant so easy. And, you know, I honestly don't know that that's what our problem was. I don't know. So, we have started fertility treatments. This is our first month doing that. This is my day, today will be day 4. We started Clomid. That was a choice that I decided to make. We're going to do that for 3 months. If we have no success whatsoever, then my nurse practitioner is sending me to a fertility specialist. And I feel good about that. It was a kind of a tough decision to make because I sort of wanted to just see if we could do it on our own. Technically, we've tried 2 months on our own and haven't gotten pregnant. And I don't want to waste any more time. Here's the problem. Before the age of 35, if we end up having to do something else in order to get pregnant, like in vitro, the chances before the age of 35 of in vitro working is like 60 to 70% or something like that. After 35 and beyond, it drops dramatically. It's like from 30, 40 to 60, something like that %. I don't ask me what the difference a year makes, but I don't have a lot of time. And, you know, we do want to have more than one child. I know that people are having babies older and older. But especially in the field that I work in with children with special needs, it is very often that I see just as many families of young parents that have kids that have special needs as I do old. But, you know, the older I get, the chances of having a child that has a special need or some kind of diagnosis also increases. So, you know, I don't want to put it off any longer. And I'm not saying that I never want to get to a maintenance number, that I never want to get to the 160s. I still have high hopes for that. You know, we're not pregnant yet, so who knows? Maybe that'll come before we get pregnant. I might actually meet my goal weight. But if not, I will have time for that later. It's been 2 years, almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in April. And it's just time. It's just, you know, I don't want to wait any longer. So that's where we are with that. I'm actually having a procedure on Friday that I'm super freaking out about. It's called an HSG. Don't ask me what it stands for. I have heard the name, what it stands for. I cannot repeat it to you. It's which basically they take me and I lay on a table, put my legs up in stirrups. They insert a catheter-like thing into my hoo-ha, and then they shoot a dye. They run a dye through my uterus and fallopian tubes to see if they are functioning properly, the way they're supposed to be functioning. So, one or two things is going to happen from that. We're going to either find out that things are doing well, that there's no blockages, there's nothing in my way, and that hopefully there should be no reason to prevent pregnancy. And if there is a little something, like, you know, just some slush or something clogging something up, this has the potential to clean everything out and hopefully help us to get pregnant this month. The other thing that may possibly come from this is that we will see that I do have whatever, some kind of blockage, some kind of malformity in my uterus, some kind of scar tissue set up, something. And if that's the case, then we will know that this Clomid, this fertility process here at my doctor's office can't go any farther, that we will have to see a specialist. So we will actually get a referral to a specialist quicker than I had anticipated if we get bad news tomorrow. I'm really anxious about the procedure. It is supposed to be painful and very uncomfortable. I'm not looking forward to that. I've talked to one other person that I know that has had this for sure. Of course, I've read a lot of stuff about it. And she told me that the pain was not unbearable, that it was uncomfortable, and that emotionally, that she cried. And that's what my sister-in-law, who's an x-ray tech, who has been in here on the procedure, she told me that everyone she'd ever sit on was very painful, and the women cried for a long time. So I'm so tore up about that. I think most of my anxiety is just from the unknown. But anyways, the girl Katie that I talked to said that it was uncomfortable, it wasn't unbearable, it wasn't excruciating, but it was uncomfortable. And, you know, she got bad results, and so she said she was just very emotional the whole time, and she did cry, and so I don't know. I'm nervous about it. My mom's freaking out about it, so I've just kind of had to put on a brave face and be like, it's all going to be fine. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. And that's where we are. That's tomorrow. I'm hoping and praying and just really trying to be positive that things are going to be fine. When the nurse called me, she said I need to take ibuprofen like 2 hours before, an hour and a half or something like that before, and then in mid-sentence she goes, wait a minute, you can't take ibuprofen, can you? And I said no, and she was like, okie dokie. So I also have to take an antibiotic. I had to take it twice today, twice tomorrow, and twice Saturday, just to prevent infections. So we'll see. Alright guys, I'm at 14:30. I need to let you go because I really don't have enough to make it a two-parter, but we will see you. Sorry about no tip and trick this week. Just busy. So I will see you next week, hopefully, for an update and tip and trick. See you later. Bye.